Welcome everybody to the Q&A portion of our junior day today. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Hope you've found today very useful as you begin your college search. I have with me two members of our football team, CJ Zimmerman and Ty Morris. They're going to assist me with answering some of your questions today. Guys, say hello.
What's up, guys?
What's up, everybody?
Okay. First question on tap for today is what are you looking for in a student athlete at Alvernia? Well, I can't speak for all of our athletic programs, but I can tell you within our football program, we're looking for students first. Preferably, you have a 3.0 or better GPA and somewhere close to 1,000 on the boards. We want hardworking young men that believe in teamwork and doing things together. Hardworking kids who believe in themselves and want to be strong members of their society once they leave here. So that's what we're looking for within when we're looking out for student athletes. Question number two, for CJ, what does hashtag 3P mean?
So hashtag 3P means passion, pursuit, process. So this is the kind of the model that we at Alvernia for the football team want to live and want to interact with one another by. So the first one is passion. So passion will be what we want guys, freshman guys coming in to be able to try to learn. There's different words that correlate with the word passion in our pyramid. And we want guys to be able, by the end of their freshman year, to be able to have these kind of almost like guidelines to be able to live through, such as we have words such as, we have
buy-in.
Buy-in. We have accountability, other things like that. Pursuit would be the next one, which is more building towards the team, and process is the final thing, with the top of the pyramid being team.
Good. Ty, the next question is for you. What do you do within your program to promote academic success?
So, as mentioned earlier, we do take academics pretty heavily. We stress it seriously here at Alvernia. So, that being said, all freshmen, they have mandatory study hall the first year of college, 2 nights a week. Also, we have weekly academic checks. It's not rare for the coaches to pop in on your classes. Coach Clark knows all about that.
Right.
But they just basically they want to make sure that you're doing what you have to do to make sure you're getting your stuff done. And then once it's proven to them, you're responsible, you can be accountable for your own actions, then you pretty much have a lot of leeway. So most of our guys that proven themselves, they don't have to go to academic check. They don't have to go to their study hall hours anymore past their freshman year once they have above a 2.7, and the coaches are pretty much trustworthy of them. They just want to ensure that you're taking the precautionary needs to be successful.
All right, I'll take the next one. What's an average week look like for an Alvernia football player? Well, first of all, there's two different parts of the season. We have in season and we have off season. And it's not really off season, it's just the spring semester. So in season, after fall camp concludes, we have our guys Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for practice. Now, practice times may vary. We may practice in the morning as early as 6 a.m. We may practice at night as late as 8 p.m. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are our true practice days where we're going to be on the field 2 to 2.5 hours a day, probably plus another 45 minutes of meeting time. So that's your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You got to remember that on Tuesday and Thursday, you will also have study hall. So your Tuesday and Thursdays are really long days. Fridays are our game prep days. So we don't really have meetings on that day. We just have practice at 4:30. We'll practice from 4:30 till about 5 o'clock, and then we'll have our team meeting immediately following at 5:15. And our guys are pretty much out of football on Friday by 6 p.m., which is the day before the game. Saturday is a game day. We'll have our team meal roughly 4 hours prior to our game. That'll follow our chapel. And then obviously our games will kick off anywhere between 12 and 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Sundays, we like to say, is our family time. So as coaches and players, we don't come in until the afternoon unless you need treatment. Our players will have 11 a.m. treatment. But as a football program, we'll come in around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have a team meeting, special teams meeting, and then we'll have our lifting and conditioning sessions. And then our players are out. And Mondays are our off days. So there are no football requirements for anybody in our program as far as players are concerned on Monday. That's a day that you should use to catch up on your academics, make sure that everything is organized for you to move through the rest of your week. And that's a basic week for an Alvernia football player. Zim, next question's for you. What do you think the team culture is like going into your third season in the MAC?
It's definitely, a lot different from being in the first year. I feel like the guys are really close together now. We really have a good group of guys that the team as itself, there's no one that gets left out. Most of everybody is together. I mean, we're not always hanging out all the time, the whole team together, but there's definitely, you'll always see a group of guys together. If you see football guys walking around campus, you'll always have someone to hang out with, someone to be with. And there's always guys looking to do things either on the weekends, when we have time, we have free time. But guys are together pretty much all week, whether it be, studying or just hanging out when we have free time.
Good. Ty, what do you have to say about that?
I definitely would say, as cliche as it sounds, it's a brotherhood. Often at times you'll see guys go home with other guys, whether it's for a weekend or for a vacation, a break, or a holiday. Like I said, it's not rare for guys to just go out to dinner with each other, go out to dinner with each other's family. It's just everyone's accepting everybody here. It's definitely a family environment.
Good. All right, looks like we have one more question, and I think we can all kind of participate in this one. What are your expectations for the 2020 season? I'll let these guys kind of take that one, and then I'll kind of wrap it up. So, Ty, go ahead.
My expectations for the 2020 season are very high. Looking at, the team we bring back and looking at opponents that we play, I don't see why we shouldn't have a very successful season. One of my goals is to definitely have an 11th game this season, playing a bowl game or a playoff game, whatever end up may being. But I just ultimately see this as being a season of growth, a season of eye-opening towards a lot of people outside of our program, that may doubt what we have within the program, and just a season of everybody coming together and finally putting the pieces together.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with Ty. 11th game is definitely the goal, but you can just see the jump that we want to make. You guys look at the record, and the record doesn't tell everything. There's a lot of games where it was a couple plays, a couple series that's win or loss. So if we just clean that up, it's definitely an 11th game type of season coming up.
So as far as I'm concerned, I take my eyes away from the wins and losses and go more and focus more towards the process. The thing that I look for us to do in 2020 is to have more ownership in our role, more ownership in our actions, and more ownership in the results. Those things, the ownership will sometimes predicate what the season looks like in the win and loss column. So I'm looking for growth and maturity. We'll have a junior class, so we'll actually have a class of upperclassmen. We won't all be freshmen and sophomores this year. So I'm looking for some leadership from our junior class, as we'll have roughly 35 to 40 juniors. So I'm looking for our junior class to really take the wheel here and for this to be a player-led program as opposed to coaches kind of leading the way. And I'm looking for us to make major strides. We've been blessed to have some all-conference players here, from our running back to our quarterback to a couple of our DBs. I'm looking for guys to experience a little bit more individual success, and I'm looking for us to experience a lot more program success. Wins, in the wins column, as well as just everybody achieving some individual goals, whether it's all conference or whether it's playmaking ability or what have you. So I'm really looking for us to make a jump here in 2020. And we're looking forward to people like yourselves to come in 2021 and continue to propel us forward as we push towards our goal of being MAC champions here in the near future. I'd like to take this time to thank everybody for coming out and participating in our 2020 Junior Day. I understand that these circumstances are a little bit different and this is a virtual Junior Day, but we do appreciate you giving your time to us and taking time out to learn about Alvernia University and Alvernia football. And we look forward to seeing you this fall as we do get football underway, as things start to get back to normal. And we hope to have you on campus for a football game and also in the spring as we move forward to the 2021 class. Thank you. You guys have a blessed day.